run this time, and I hope he does, because I don't want him to come through there at 180 and have those bumps surprise him.
No, because it could definitely upset that boat. She's a 32-footer traveling at a monster speed.
Yeah,
so
the good thing about the boat is it's an early design 32 skater with a very narrow tunnel, so the big horsepower suits it well, and it doesn't have a lot of air packets, if you will. It's a little bit more like a sled,
right?
And so it makes it a little easier to handle at those speeds for its size.
Kenny Mungle heading into the staging area right now. The B&K Dock and Barge Company start line camera, and some big speeds maybe coming down the line here.
Green flag.
I know somewhere I read online they've got some live cameras on board this boat right now that they're broadcasting somewhere. I'm not sure what it is,
cool.
but Michael Lockwood is on board with Kenny as his navigator, and he's set up all that technology, and he's off to a great start. A couple little hops there as she gets going. Yep, and he pulled her in a little bit.
They actually left the water there on one of those hops.
Mm-hmm.
His rooster tail's really flat, so he's really pouring the power to it.
It looked like he backed off there at some point, too.
There's a couple bumps there. I think this is not going to be his best run of the day.
No. I like Bob said in the beginning, it looks like he just went out to give it a shakedown and see what was on the course.
And that's what he said when he was talking to Captain Bob May. So I had a talk with Kenny yesterday. I said, dude.
Speed 171, 171.
Well, still not terrible. 171, your Performance Boat Center speed. But, guys, it does seem like these racers, it's almost like a feeling out process of the course to see where it's at.
Well, he hit a couple bumps there that were probably a little unnerving, and you might see him maybe wait a little while to see if the course gets different. But I talked to him yesterday, and I says, hey, be careful.
Absolutely.
Be careful.
You know, getting back to the dock is the name of the game.
Right.
And you know, let's not forget, he just laid down the fastest pass of the shootout so far on his test run.
And he was all pumped up, and I said, dude, leave your ego at the dock.
Absolutely.
Yeah, leave
absolutely.
Yeah. Put your thinking head on. He did a nice job, and it wasn't that smooth for him, unfortunately. And but he drove it through good. Course closed. We just got a sign. His course is closed.
Course is closed for the moment. We'll find out some details when we can. It is the 2015 Performance Boat Center Lake of the Ozarks Shootout. This hour is sponsored by Polylift Boat Lifts. Call 374-6545. We step aside. We're back after this.
Richardson, and she's, I believe, at 143 or 4. While we see Kenny Mungle come back up now, he's done his pre-run, I think, and so now I think he's going to try to lay one down.
Kenny Mungle, of course, from Houston, Texas, in the Gonagan 32-foot skater. It's a 1991 former race boat. It's got a very nice history. One of the few boats I think that you'll find that has actually hit a submarine, according to Kenny.
Yeah, that boat was a modified race boat when Rick Bowling owned it, and Kenny bought it in like 2000, 2001, and has done a remarkable job restoring the boat.
Good off the line here, trying to beat a speed of 171 in their prior run. And about right in here on the course is where we've seen the boats take a few hops, some rollers or something coming down the course.
He's looking really solid this time. This runs up in the 180s.
Yeah, this is going to be his best run of the day. Kenny Mungle making his pass through the right hole electric finish line camera.
He was a little wide on the course.
Yep.
If they stay closer to the buoy that's on the bluff side.
Speed 180.
There it is, Bob.
Yeah, wow.
Bob T calls it 180 for Kenny Mungle.
Yep, I'm going to Vegas.
He could have maybe
Been hot today.
Yeah. He could have maybe even picked up a mile or two, as you were alluding to, Bob. We've noticed over the years, if you run a little closer to the bluff, the downside is once you get going, you don't have a whole lot of ability to change your
you're
path.
not just like steering a boat. You're letting it fly. And the one thing that you don't want to do with a catamaran is turn the wheel. Because when you turn the wheel, it sets a sponson and actually slows the boat down. So once it's going to at least go down the course and they got a good speed running, they did the right thing. But if they could get it to run just a little closer, to the bluffs where the radar guns are right over the top of you, I think he would have had a few miles an hour better.
Guys, the 12 noon hour of the shootout is sponsored by Phoenix Brands, the importer of Stiletto Vodka. Dangerously smooth. Ask for it on the celebration boat during the shootout. And we're glad to have our friends on Fox with us for the next 3 hours, bringing you the intense action from the shootout. And again, as we mentioned, we've seen 208 posted by Myrick Coyle.
Now, you know, in that boat, John Kosker, who's the builder of Mystic Power Boats, he was in there with them. So if anybody knows how to make those run, he certainly does.
I'm guessing that Myrick was driving and John was throttling.
Yeah, I think they're really happy with that run so far. I know I talked to Earl Mormon for a little bit down there this morning, and I think they're happy with 208, but I think that maybe they want to push for just a little bit more.
Why not?
Absolutely.
Yeah, they got a day and a half to get her done, and it feels pretty good when you're sitting on top of the pile this early at that far of a distance out there. So I think they're doing really good.
And one of the things we have, some of the driver information off to our right that you folks don't see on television. They keep refreshing the information, guys, and I keep seeing the list growing longer and longer and longer as we go through. We mentioned it on our earlier portions of the broadcast, but we anticipate record number of drivers making a pass through this course this weekend. We alluded to the street party earlier this week that was but I agree. I saw the yellow, Mike. I did not see a green at any point either. Now, it'll be interesting to see when we get back on that look if we're
it's going just like we said.
Yep. Here comes Kenny Mungle.
Now we got Kenny Mungle. This is a 32 skater that was a modified class race boat in the 90s and was retired in the later 90s and in 2000, I believe Kenny Mungle bought this boat and started a long-term restoration project on it. And for the last few years, this boat is actually pristine, and he's been running. He's got big power in this small boat, and he's already run this weekend in the 180s with this boat. So we're going to see his fastest speed for the weekend is 186.
Yeah, Kenny's first run was 171. He bumped it to 180, then 186. We'll see if he can bump it into maybe the 190s here. So he's still getting the yellow flag too. So he must be. Now the green flag is up.
Yep.
As long as the green flag stays up on the bow and the green flag goes down, they got a clean start right there. Great acceleration. Rooster tails up. This is a real narrow tunnel boat. It's an earlier designed skater, but it's very suitable for this much power because it doesn't have as much lift with the air compression in the tunnel. And he's really on to a good run. This boat's really accelerating well.
That looks amazing just from that angle. On plane right now, the Gone Again, 186, his top speed, looking phenomenal as it comes on our Reinhold electric finish game. I think we're in the 190s here, boys.
Well, if it is in the 190s, it'll be his personal best. I don't believe the boat's ever been 190, so if it happened, I think we're going to make history right here.
Boat number 20, speed 180.
180.
0.
Okay, so now we got the two boats. Once they can get restaged at some point, they may run some other boats first. We got two boats that are going to come through here and race together. I believe they're going to race in the same direction as the course.
181, your performance boat center speed. Looked like an incredible run, and certainly to take nothing away from it. That was a phenomenal look. Right now, we're live. It is the 2015 Lake of the Ozarks Shootout Performance Boat Center. Our title sponsor live from Captain Ron's, Brendan Matthews, Mike Alford, Bob Teague with you inside the Nebraska Furniture Mart broadcast booth. So glad to have you with us on this Sunday, day 2 of this incredible event, and really the final day of what is a 2-week event. Now we're standing by for the big drag race sponsored by Tom Lime, Remax Lake of the Ozarks. That's going to be happening in just a second, guys. What a great first hour for our friends on Fox, airing through the facilities of KRMS Radio. We have had a tremendous afternoon, and this drag race is going to be one of the many highlights of the day.
Yeah, always a fan favorite to see those guys run. Hopefully they'll do it a couple of times through the course so that you get an opportunity for them to put on a great show. And here we go.
Here we go, guys. It is, again, sponsored by Tom Lime, Remax Lake of the Ozarks.
And you got a green flag just dropped. Rooster tails are up on Randy's boat a little faster. Randy's the the larger boat on your left of your screen. It's a MTI 44. On your right side is a 32-foot skater, Kenny Mungle's boat, and he's gonna have to do a little catch up here, but I think he's pulling up on him.
We'll get a better angle here in a second. They look to be very close.
Deck to deck. Oh, a little wobble there, boy.
Boy, that's close.
Too close to call.
Randy's boat the MTI was a little over trimmed, and then in an effort to get a little more speed, I saw
179 miles per hour was the speed there, and we're trying to get confirmation on a winner again from our point of view here in the Nebraska Furniture Mart broadcast booth. Yeah, too close to call.
Boy, it was.
I'm gonna go with the skater on this by 4 feet. Okay, it depends on where they have the line. So we're not in close to the line. I guess they're gonna go by the buoys. But if you look at Kenny Mungle's boat right here at the last, he gets a little bit squirrely right there.
Yeah.
And by boat terms, at 4 feet, that would be a hair.
No.
That would be by a hair.
And now that I've seen it again, I'm going back to Randy Kent for 4 feet.
Okay, Randy Kent, the winner by 4 feet, according to Bob Teague. And again, that's sponsored by 4:12 noon. They were able to top it, but we haven't seen as many this afternoon. Again, the conditions maybe not as ideal, but we've seen a few here lately where they've been able to eclipse their previous
and
runs.
not being happy with 186 miles an hour in a 32-foot boat. Here comes Kenny Mungle again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, we were talking about that 9 Club. You know, that could be a good program for Performance Boat Center to advertise. We'll call it the 9-mile-an-hour tune-up. So if you're at 89 or 79 or 99,
there you go.
bring it on by Performance Boat Center and get there.
I might even use that.
Yeah. The 9-mile-an-hour tune-up.
Are you in the 9 Club?
Yeah.
We have
Would
a
you like
solution
to be
for
a
that.
ton?
Yeah. So here we go. Kenny Mungle, 32 skater, 1991 boat, totally refurbished by him since about 2000. Big power in this boat.
His slow run,
again.
folks, the slow run of the weekend is 171. All the rest of them are 180 plus.
Green flag, he is looking to top 186 miles an hour.
Now, you were saying earlier you don't think 190's in the cards at all.
Well, it will be the first time. And you know what? He might be looking for that 9.
Yes.
The 9 in the second digit spot, because the boat might be capable if everything lines up. He's got really smooth water here.
Boy, she is free.
And he's got it pretty close to the buoy, too, so we'll see how it goes. That was a gorgeous run.
It was
Kenny.
beautiful. You could see the props coming by. She was really set up nice. We'll see what the Performance Boat Center top speed is here.
It is the fastest 32 skater ever.
Ever in the world.
Boat number 20, 188.
Hey!
He bumped her up too, so he's 188.
Wow.
188. Now, I think he did run an 88 at Texas Outlaw or something one time, and everybody goes, oh, no, you didn't. Well, yes, he did.
Proof's in the pudding
Proof's
now.
in the pudding,
188.
right? Yes, sir.